Hey friend. So I thought I would share a little story with you today. And if you have followed me on Instagram, you will know that I made a post recently about my, kind of my awakening experience and being able to move energy, sense energy, work with spirit guides, that kind of thing. And I mentioned this story of my spiritual awakening, as I call it. A lot of you wanted to hear that story, and I will definitely post it on Instagram. But I thought I'd make a video about it as well, just kind of sharing my experience with this really particular moment in my life. So kind of a little backstory, I've had some chronic health issues since 2009 and really wasn't open to any like alternative or spiritual healing or any of that until I hit a really major relapse in 2013. And after going through the gauntlet of the tests and the doctors and receiving no answers, it wasn't until 2013 that I really started opening myself up to this other realm of healing, and including, the spirit realm and energy healing and all these other things. And I never thought that I would even consider that, having a very strict kind of scientifically minded educational background. And but again, the universe works in mysterious ways, so here we are. So I had started dabbling in some of this stuff. I was like listening to like Hay House Radio and reading some books and really diving into more of meditation practice and, talking with some other people that are kind of in the spiritual realm. But it didn't really hit home. It didn't really solidify until this one particular moment. So at the end of 2014, my wife at the time, we were on our way to Hawaii for Christmas vacation. And I hate flying on planes. I have had a plane phobia since I was young. I am just one of those people who just absolutely panics on a plane. So this took a lot for me to get on a plane to go to Hawaii for Christmas. So we were making our descent into, I think Maui is where we were landing. And, this whole plane trip was like 5 hours long. It was not pleasant. And I was in a state of panic almost the whole time. But we started hitting turbulence, like bad turbulence, like people were flying up and out of their seat turbulence. And even though I had kind of a moderate toolbox of skills to help me cope with the anxiety, nothing was really hitting it. I was there, and unfortunately my wife was also really scared of flying, which is like not a great idea if your flying companion is also terrified. I don't recommend that. But we were both there, like freaking the hell out, like holding each other's hands. She was on the verge of tears. Like, it was just like this horrible moment. But like, I kind of threw up a Hail Mary. I threw out a prayer. I threw out a plead to anyone, everyone, God, spirit, universe, angels, guides, anyone that was there to help me. I really didn't have any knowledge or relationship with the spirit realm quite yet, but I was desperate. I was panicked, and I just do my best to describe this experience, but it was like within a minute or two, it was like this blanket of calm just came over me, and it was almost like I floated outside of my body for a moment, and I could just look out over the plane and all these people, because everybody else was freaking out too, or at least a lot of people were. People were like yelping and crying and screaming and shaking, and just like the whole energy on the plane was fucking terrifying. So I really can't explain what happened. I threw out this prayer. It was a Hail Mary. I was desperate. I was so terrified. And within a couple minutes, like, this calm came over me and everything was just like still. And I remember just like, I was holding my wife's hand. She was panicking, but I just kind of went into this altered state. And like I said, I kind of floated outside of my body for a minute, but then the coolest part was like, again, it's so hard to describe this, but it was like I could see the whole plane enveloped in this beautiful, like, pink gold light. And it was like I could feel the wings of an angel underneath the wings of the plane. And like, but also at the same time, like, I was the plane. I was just like surrounded by this beautiful, warm, golden pink light. So calm, so peaceful, so loving, so comforting. And like, I could feel that the whole plane was just supported and that we were going to be okay. And but like I said, I was also kind of outside of the plane and part of this energy. And I don't know how long I was in that altered state for. I think, you know, like I said, we were kind of starting our descent. So it couldn't have been more than 20 or 30 minutes in that state of being, or whatever you want to call it. But it was like one of the most profound experiences of my life, and it completely changed the way that I felt about everything, about energy, about the spirit realm, about angels, about guides, about just everything beyond this physical plane of existence. Just having that experience of going from complete and utter panic and absorbing everybody else's panic on the plane, as I'm sure any of you empaths can identify with, to like this utter complete calm and peace, and feeling this beautiful energy and seeing the plane surrounded by this energy and this angel wings under the plane. And like, and I know, like, for a moment there, my wife was able to feel that I was in some kind of altered state, and she kind of calmed down too. And like, I remember landing, and everything went fine. We landed, it was safe. We get out, it's a beautiful day in Hawaii, like walking out into the sun and just like floating on this peace for at least another, I don't know, half hour to an hour. It was kind of like, my angels or guides or whoever was there was just kind of giving me a little send off, like, it's okay, we made it, we're still here, you're gonna be okay. And like, ever since then, it was shortly after that I started looking into Reiki and getting certified to do Reiki. I got certified about a year after that experience. And because like, after that experience, after that vacation, after we got back, I really started diving more deeply and making a more intimate and personal connection with the spirit world. And I noticed that I started to be able to see energy, and like be able to move it and manipulate it, and all of this cool stuff that I like didn't even think was possible, or didn't even realize was a thing or something that I could do. So yeah, that moment was kind of what I consider my spiritual awakening, as far as like, because I think a lot of people are on a path of spiritual awakening, but it's more intellectual. It's more like, we're going to read, we're going to meditate, we're going to learn all of these things, we're going to expose ourselves to new ideas, and that's awesome. That's where it begins, is here. But I think that for me, that experience on the plane really brought all of that wisdom and energy into my body, and I was actually able to feel it and experience it. And that's where I think the magic happens, is when we can feel and experience this stuff and begin to really like notice our own unique spiritual gifts, or our energetic talents, or whatever you want to call it, our ability to co-create our reality and to shift energy and see energy, and interact with the spirit world. So yeah, I know I probably didn't do such a great job of explaining this experience, because honestly, there's just so few good words that can describe things like this. But yeah, at the end of 2014, that was kind of my spiritual awakening on that plane to Hawaii, and I was never the same since. And I feel like that was kind of some kind of initiation, some kind of threshold that I passed through in order to become, you know, the healer that I am today, or whatever you want to call what I am today. So yeah, I thought I would just share that story with you. I'm sure some of you also have stories like this of your kind of spiritual awakening, or these like moments in life where you feel like the spirit realm is you, or is connected to you, or is speaking to you, or something opened within you. So I would love to hear your stories, your spiritual awakening stories. So drop it below, and yeah, let's share. So I hope this was at least entertaining for you. Thanks for watching. And if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, to subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for lots more health and spirituality videos to come. So I hope y'all are doing well, and take care and stay tuned. Bye.